Hello, hello, how are you? How are you doing today? Oh, one second, I gotta turn this down. And how is everybody? I hope everybody had a great weekend. Just one second so I can bring up my Facebook page and follow along. I haven't been feeling too well. I have a lot of stuff going on, but it's all good. I just want to bring this up before we start our card of the day readings. And I am going to start with our beautiful goddesses. Move that. Hello, Sindal. How are you? Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us today from the goddesses? What message do you have for us today from the goddesses? Now, if I pull this card upright as it faces me, it will be empowerment. If it is reversed, it will be an alignment message. Hello, Erica. How are you? I hope everybody had a great weekend. Thank you, Spirit. And our goddess card is right here. It is in alignment, and it is the great goddess. Great goddess. And in this deck, in this card for the great goddess, it's very hard to see the great goddess's face. All the other cards in this deck, you can clearly see a face, but not in this one. You see this beautiful rainbow, beautiful image of spirit shining forth. This is number 17. Unconscious choices and behaviors may be causing a distortion in your world. Difficult feelings are part of the journey of self-discovery, and now is not the time to shy away. In order to survive, you may have been conditioned to suppress what makes you uncomfortable. You might have found yourself in a temporarily awkward place with someone and don't know what your next step should be. Be honest. Say when you don't know something and be open to learning. The great goddess offers you this alignment task. Make the discomfort, awkwardness, and the uncomfortable sacred. Think of what would happen if you made what you considered a flaw, loss, or failure a beautiful, integral part of the art of your life. Every breath you take is sacred. Every mistake you make is a gift. And every time you learn from a relationship is blessed. Bless all parts of you and your life, for you are sacred in the heart of the great goddess who sees only beauty everywhere. And that is our message from the goddesses. And next, we're going to go on to our fairies, Oracle of the Fairies, and get our message from this deck. This is by Karen Kay, Oracle of the Fairies, with artwork by Ginger Kelly. And good morning, Angela, Gagan, Tracy. How are you? I hope you're doing well, Tracy. I hope things are improving. Casey, how are you doing today? We had a good reading the other day. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the fairies? Good morning, Jeanette. What message do you have for us from the fairies today? Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have from the fairies? Thank you, Spirit. Our message is right here. It is moderation. Moderation. Connecting back with nature. Be interesting to see if the temperance comes up with our 4-card tarot spread. We're seeing things in balance, moderation in the diet. Moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthfully, although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. This card draws your attention to your diet and how the food you eat has a direct influence on your health. Perhaps you're consuming too much unhealthy food or are drinking to excess or know someone who is. When it comes to food and drink, moderation is the key. We're all capable of developing either healthy or unhealthy eating habits, and it's important to be honest with yourself about this. How does the food you eat make you feel? Are you always trying out new food fads? Do you still feel empty after a meal? Eating excessively is a sign we're lacking in something else. A lack of love or feeling of being unloved can create false hunger. If you feel you or someone you know has an eating disorder, then it's important to seek professional help so that a balanced relationship with food can be regained. Fairies can also consume human food, but by absorbing its energies rather than consuming it physically. Next time you're eating outside, perhaps enjoying a picnic, you may notice that your food tastes a little bland. This may be because the fairies are also enjoying your feast. The fairies encourage you to eat food that's fresh, pure, and ideally free of pesticides. Raw foods, such as salads, can give us extra energy due to the increased nutrients and vitamins they contain. It might also be worth exploring natural vitamin supplements, especially in winter time. So, our message from the fairies is all about our moderation. Make sure we're eating balanced and healthy. I see Nightbot is advertising readings on YouTube, but I'm not giving readings right now, so let me remove Nightbot. There we go. And next we're on to our mermaids. Our message from the mermaids. And those who are asking for a specific reading or question, if the stream begins with hashtag card of the day, then that means I'm doing a general reading and I'm not doing personal readings. The free 4-card tarot spread is one tarot spread for the collective. And you can find out more in the video description. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the mermaids? What message do you have for us today from the mermaids? Thank you, Spirit. And Jeanette, I love all your emojis. It's so pretty. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the mermaids today? See if we're still on that moderation track. Thank you, Spirit. And right here, we are looking at support. Support. It's a little bit too big. I'm going to make that a tiny bit smaller. So you can see all the beautiful mermaids. There we go. So here are mermaids. Support. Call upon a trusted friend now. Their perspective will reveal insights into your life that you may not have previously seen or considered. These mermaids are swimming in to support you now because they know another viewpoint is required to help you see your situation clearly from all angles. Sometimes we think we have to be our own counsel, but this isn't true. There are times in life when the trusted advice and support of another is key to setting you on the path to freedom from cares or concerns. The support of a close friend or friends is imperative for you right now. If you feel you don't have a friend to call on, then perhaps consider calling a helpline where you'll find an impartial, kind, and receptive ear. If this message doesn't apply directly to you, then someone around you is in need of this advice, and you could provide the support they require at this time. A supportive friend is someone who loves you unconditionally, is non judgmental, discreet, and has honesty and integrity. In a way, you're placing your heart and soul into their temporary care while you express what's going on for you. Sometimes we just need to be heard, and the support we require comes from someone simply listening to us lovingly and without judgment. This can be liberating on many levels. It's important that you find or offer support. You can also wish or pray for divine support to be sent to help with this situation. The universe is ready to offer all the support you need. All you have to do is ask from your heart. And that is interesting because for the past couple days, I've been drawing the Three of Cups for the solution card um, twice on the Fractal Flowers channel, and not yesterday's reading on Read the Tarot, but on Saturdays. It was the Three of Cups, and that message came through about support. Very, very interesting. So, whoever needs to hear this message, if you need to call friends for support, if you need to speak to, a support helpline or something of that nature, I want to see if I want to zoom in on these cards again. Make sure that you get the support that you need. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Or a lot more. I like to be able to really see the cards. Okay, so now I'm going to pull our 4-card tarot spread. It is situation, solution, advice, and outcome. And if you would just meditate on your question. Oh, thank you, Ruth and Jeanette. Yes, I'm going to do the Light Seers Tarot deck for our question. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us today from situation, solution, advice, and outcome? What message do you have for us today with situation, solution, advice, and outcome? Thank you, Spirit. Situation, solution, advice, and outcome. And right here. And for situation, we have the Two of Swords. Okay, this came up in Fractal Flowers. This keeps happening. I use different decks, and I just find it interesting when I keep pulling the same cards because I do the card of the day on this channel and my other channel. And if you look on YouTube, specifically on channels, you'll see them all. I don't really have a way where my other channels are connected on Facebook. But on YouTube, you can see them. So our Two of Swords is being at a stalemate. And as you can see, her eyes are blindfolded. She can't see with her eyes. This could represent not seeing the truth of a situation. Whatever your situation is right now, you're blocking the truth. You don't want to see what's really going on around you. This is our Two of Swords. And the image just kind of says it all. And you can see, like, not only does she have her eyes closed, but we have these like black ravens here with these strings, like she's tied up, right? And our swords is all about our mind. So you can see like they're pulling these strings at her mind. And it almost looks like they're just ready to start pecking at her mind. So the Two of Swords is about You're denying your true feelings. You're avoiding the truth. You don't want to look at the facts. Maybe you're pretending everything's fine when it's not. Maybe there are a lot of red flags in this situation you're asking about, but you don't want to see that. Your eyes are closed, so you're something is unpleasant and you don't want to look at it. This was coming up. Which one was this? Was actually in one of our messages. It wasn't the fairies. I think that was in our mermaids, right? About needing support, about trying to pretend everything's okay and not wanting to look at situations when they are unpleasant. And maybe we remember it said maybe we've been trained to avoid unpleasant things, but we need to face them. It's kind of like that shadow self. But being at a stalemate, right? So, like, if you're feeling stuck and you don't want to rock the boat, you don't want to speak up, or it's kind of like that moon card too. So, I'm interested in seeing if any of these supporting type cards will show up. They might not because we're doing solution, situation, advice, and outcome. But Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Nine of Wands, the Moon, that's all the same type of energy. So, this is all about, being at a stalemate. Oh, interesting, Ruth. Okay. So this is our situation. And now Spirit is going to give us our solution. And our solution is judgment. Oh my gosh. If you go to the fractal flowers, it's happening again. This is these are the same cards. This is the second time now that this is happening. What are the odds of this happening? How beautiful is this card, though? Okay, so let me show you. So I went into a lot of depth about what the Judgment card symbolizes. And in the traditional Waite Smith deck, because Judgment is a major arcana card, it's number 20. It's a very important card. But in the Waite Smith tarot deck, that where most people who are familiar with tarot started with the Waite Smith deck. The Judgment, you see a picture of the Archangel Gabriel blowing the trumpet, and bodies are literally rising out of their graves. And it has a very strong Christian feel to it. The imagery is pretty scary, a little dark for some people, along with, the death card, the tower. A lot of people don't they're not fond of these cards. So these cards have been, kind of reinvented for modern times. But Judgment is really not such a negative card, because it's about calling those things that were dead back to life. And if you keep that in mind, you'll see this. Okay, so in this card, you have this woman here, and her arms are outstretched, right? It's Judgment. But I mean, a lot of people hear Judgment and they think, oh my gosh, I'm being judged. So they kind of get this bad feeling. But here we see, like, this is her spirit being born anew. Okay, so the Judgment is about rebirth. So in our situation here, where we're seeing this woman with her eyes blind to the truth, and it could even be to herself. It could be that she doesn't know who she is anymore. She's lost touch with not just her mind. She's not just like living in this toxic negative cycle where she doesn't want to see the truth and set herself free. But she doesn't trust her own intuition anymore. She's closed herself off. So now we're seeing the solution. Exactly, Ruth. That's how I feel too. So now we're seeing the solution. Oh, and I like this too. Okay, check this out. So here we have the Two of Swords with her eyes with that blindfold. But now check this out. Her eyes are still closed. Her eyes are still closed, but she's just like you're saying, Ruth, but it's like she's freeing her spirit, and she's focused upward. She's focusing on spirit, right? So that, because I was even mentioning this with our fractal flowers, that there's kind of an element to this card as well, even though this is like a negative type thing of being at a stalemate. You're not moving forward. You can't see what's around you. But it also is kind of, if this card like shows up like with the High Priestess, right, or with the Hermit, it would be saying stop looking with your eyes and start looking with your spirit. Start, opening up that solar plexus. And we're seeing down here, like this beautiful spray of light that's coming up. So there's parts of that element to this card as well, which I feel, oh, I just have to say this. I just noticed some more imagery and some synchronicity in this reading. Because we do see this beautiful array of that, almost like the spirit trail, right, coming up. And then we can see that how it's transforming here with her arms outstretched towards spirit, freeing herself, freeing her spirit, getting in tune, having that rebirth, having this beautiful judgment experience. Because remember, this is our solution. So our earlier messages today, Spirit here is saying that the solution for this is to go within and to free ourselves, to connect ourselves with Spirit, and we saw with the great goddess. Again, we were looking at some cards representing friendship and support. And like I said, with the fractal flowers reading, we were getting a lot of Three of Cups have been coming in recently. So there is still a need for support. So I'm wondering if that's going to show up as well. But basically what we're seeing is to set yourself free. We're not really seeing her opening her eyes and looking at things in the natural, but she's going within and she's letting her inner vision do the work. She's connecting to spirit and she's having this rebirth experience. She's kind of like getting out of her mind, getting into her spirit. She's acting with conviction. Okay, so now we're going to get our advice. And the advice card can be advice for the Two of Swords or advice of how to implement the judgment. Our advice is Seven of Wands. And I had said earlier, I was a little bit interested if the Nine of Wands was going to come in. But as you can see with this card too, with our Seven of Wands, and Ruth, this may be kind of applicable to what you are saying, because the Seven of Wands is, and I love how all these images, the women have their eyes closed and they're all tuning inwards, right? But the Seven of Wands, this woman's been through the battle. She's gone through it, and now she's a little bit more aggressive in what she wants. She knows what she wants and she knows how to go after it, and she's going to get it. She's assured of herself instead of being in that first position where she's at a stalemate and cutting off her feelings and not, walking in her power. Now she's a little bit more aggressive. She knows how to tell people no. She knows how to put up her boundaries. She's very strong character. And this goes with the Judgment card as well, because the Judgment card, like I said, it can also show up if you need to make a decision. If maybe your values or your morals have been tested or tried. The Seven of Wands is like, no, you're not going to knock me down. Okay, all these wands are over here trying to pierce. Like, I love this, right? Like, she's on the flying carpet. She's on her yoga mat. She's meditating. She's deep within, eyes closed, very spiritual. And it's like, you can try and knock me down, but I'm above you. You're not going to succeed. You're not going to knock me down. So I love this. So the imagery that Spirit is bringing through with the eyes, I love, because in here it's like, don't be closed off to yourself, to your intuition, to others, to Spirit, because of what other people are trying to put on you of bondage. What do these birds represent? But definitely thoughts in the mind, but they could be words, they could be action, they could be memories, they could be whatever anybody has done to you in the past. But now we're seeing that you are connecting to Spirit. You've been there, and now you choose not to close your eyes to block out the world, but you close your eyes to connect with Spirit. And now we're going to get our outcome. Oh, and I love this. Now our outcome is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. You've been through the battle. You've been through it all, but now you know. And look, all the eyes were closed in this one. How interesting. I'm looking at Oh, wow. I'm going to pull another card because I wanted to see the eyes. I mean, every card that showed up was like a solitary woman with their eyes closed on this journey from bondage to rebirth to inner meditation and inner oneness with spirit, now to this beautiful Knight of Wands, and our knights are always taking action. So, our Knight of Wands here is showing us that this woman has, like I said, she's been through the battle. In our Seven of Wands, we see that she was defending her territory. Nobody's going to knock her down, and now she's beautiful. She's charming. She's self confident. She can do whatever she puts her mind to. She's adventurous. She takes risks. She's passionate. She knows what she wants and she's going after it. So I said I'm going to pull another card. This was our outcome because I just wanted to see if the eyes was still going on, and it certainly is. Check this one out. This one is the Ace of Wands, and now we're just wow. So we went from the Knight now to the Ace, where she is creating. Oh my goodness. And you know what? Wow. Okay. I have to go back because check this out as well. Very interesting imagery here, since we started off with the swords, right? And the Ace of Wands is not swords. It's not about the mind, but we started off with this woman being in bondage. This was our situation card, right? And she's got these strings, and these crows are just like, almost like they're ready to peck at her, and she doesn't realize that there's danger. I'm kind of thinking of the Alfred Hitchcock movie, The Birds. And it's like she's just closing her mind off to the fear and the negativity and the things that could be happening right now, right? But check out this additional card. Now, look at these strings, right? Look at the strings that were around her mind before. And now she has her eyes in tune with spirit. But now, look right in the middle of her forehead. This is the beginning. This is the creation. This is spirit has put spirit's fire like in her third eye. She's connecting. Her crown chakra is open. She's done the work. She's been spiritual. She's been connected. She's grounded now. And now, well, I'm not moving that. Did you see that zoom in? Okay, wait a minute. Let me just put that on. That was kind of wild. So more with that closed eye. Oh my goodness. I'm going to do more. I just wanted to keep seeing what was going on. So then we have 10 of Pentacles here, right? And now we have this beautiful, beautiful family situation. So it does look to me like Spirit is just saying here, don't be afraid to open your eyes. Don't be afraid to look at the truth of your situation, of what's really going on, and to take it to spirit, because there is this rebirth, there is this inner absolution. But I want to show you what the very next card was. I'm like blown away. The very next card was the High Priestess. The very next card here was the High Priestess. So and I look at this imagery here. This is spirit, right? See all these little lights? It's like she's connecting to spirit, and it's coming down through her crown chakra into her third eye from all of that beautiful spirit and meditation. And now she has transformed from this woman who is really in bondage. So this just took us like on a journey from the Two of Swords. Let me start. And the imagery here is just like wild to me. From the Two of Swords, from our situation of being in this complete bondage, total darkness, not being able to see our way through. And Spirit says the solution to get out of this is judgment. It's a rebirth. It's renewing your life, connecting with Spirit. meditating, doing all of those things that set you free and break you free, connecting to your higher self, absolution, forgiveness, mercy, forgiveness for yourself and forgiveness for others. Then the advice that we had, how are we going to accomplish this? We had the Seven of Wands. We're going to get into our secret space. And I love this additional imagery too, because now we see this is our solar plexus region. And the solar plexus, a lot of people, understand that your third eye is a psychic center. A lot of people don't understand that our solar plexus is a psychic center as well. The solar plexus is right here on the screen. It's above your navel. And when you activate your solar plexus, you will start growing in psychic experiences, such as your gut instinct. A lot of people have gut instincts and they don't understand that this is actually a psychic thing. We call it intuition, but it can be developed and it can be strengthened. So when you are working with spirit, when you're doing psychic development exercises geared towards the solar plexus, when you are meditating and doing opening up that chakra area, you are going to start having more of these type of experiences. This is what we call like clairsentience, clear feeling. A lot of people, they say like, I didn't get on that plane, I don't know why, I just had a gut feeling not to do it. And a lot of people, when you follow your intuition, it's following those gut feelings. But what I want to show here is that there's almost like a chakra opening journey in this spread as well, because here we have her meditating with her Seven of Wands. She's getting fixed in her position. Nobody's going to take her down, no matter what they're trying to beat her down with. She's oblivious to it. Next we had our Ace of Wands, right? No. Next we had our Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. She's been through the battle. She's been journeying, and now she's taking action. She's putting, and I love this too. It's like, look at the little fires behind her. Oh, I didn't even see that before earlier. So look at this. So all those wands were around her trying to attack her and pierce her and take her down. And now she's taken those wands and she has the fire of spirit where she's playing this music, and all she's turned all those wands into this protective realm where she's like literally protected, and these wands are now burning for with spirit. I love this. Okay, so then I wanted to pull more. I pulled the Ace of Wands here. So now we're seeing with our meditation, right? This new beginning, that fire of spirit is now in her crown chakra, into her third eye, coming into her third eye chakra while she's still got her eyes closed meditating. And I love this because this is like the next card was just random, and it's like now we have the 10 of Pentacles. Now we have happiness, we have peace, we have home in the health and home in the family, health in the home, health in the family. But we're also coming into some money, we're coming into some prosperity. Even the dog is happy, everybody's happy, right? And I wanted to see one more. And now she is the wise woman, the wise woman. And I just love this because now it's like, if you do the white light meditations, this is that beautiful journey of connecting with spirit. And now she has that white light just glowing in her third eye. So she's really like brought spirit through her whole entire body. We're even seeing this cross here because of course our high priestess can connect to like different religions, things like that. I want to read what Ruth is writing. Let me see. Oh, that's beautiful, Ruth. God bless you. God bless you. Well, I'm going to end this. I'm going to I haven't been feeling well, so I'm going to rest for a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and do some messages from spirit. Definitely going to use this deck more. I might use this deck today. I'm really enjoying this one. I've had this deck for a long time. This is my first time using it on stream. That was just beautiful. Well, I did one more, right? 'Cause I just wanted to see if the eyes were closed. I did one more, and look at this. Her eyes are not closed, but look at this. Six of Wands. There's that fire. And this is very symbolic, too, of that judgment. That judgment, because now we have, it's almost like she envisioned herself, right? She envisioned herself like this, arms outstretched towards the sky. And here we go. And she brought it into reality. I love it. I love it. Oh, well, thank you, Jeanette. Thank you so much for being here. The reason I'm doing these is because I have so many tarot decks and I haven't been using them. I kind of get into a rut and just use like the same decks during my spirit messages and other streams. And I'm like, well, this would be a good way for me to do the cards and connect with all my other decks. And then what happened was, I mean, I was intending to just pull one card. My card of the day was like one card and it was like 5 minutes. But then I was like, well, let's do more of the decks. And then I started doing themes. And next, I want to do one where it's going to be all fairy decks because I have so many decks and I can't stop. I keep collecting so many decks. So, but thank you everybody for being here. And I think this is the perfect ending. I had to keep pulling more, so that was definitely more than 4 cards. And look at how nice this card is blending with my theme. Isn't that wild? That green is like the exact same color as my background. This was a very, I like this stream. Very nice, very nice. But I'm going to put that back up here. Oh, you're welcome, Tracy. Well, thank you everybody for being here. Going to be back in a little bit, maybe a couple hours or so for oh, awesome. Thank you, Jeanette. Awesome. So I will be back for messages from spirit and psychic mediumship, and we'll see what happens. Oh, thank you, Erica. God bless you. Everybody, thank you for being here today.